your, you know what I'm saying, being from New York and knowing all the hip hop greats, all the people that over the years that have made music, people like KRS-One, what was your thoughts when you heard the "I don't give a fuck" comments? Yeah,
coming from him, he broke my heart. KRS-One, he broke my heart.
Yeah.
KRS-One was like he was like the rap god to me. So now, I mean, it is what it is. But in life, you gotta roll with the punches. He showed who he is as a person, and everything happens for a reason. He exposed who he really is. Now the people can see him for who he is. If people still choose to support him, then they show what they feel about their own children and their own communities. That's it. You can't support somebody that has no compassion for children. But in our community, for some reason, child molestation is something that not to be spoke of. It's a secret to be hidden. We're not supposed to deal with these topics. We're supposed to just turn the other cheek and leave it, the way it is. And that comes from the slavery days.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
It's horrible. It's like with the church and with the Boy Scouts, and they cover it up. They take the priests, send them to a different area. They never arrest the bastard. And it seems like it's the same. And when they do arrest pedophiles, what do they get? They tell them you get 3 years or whatnot, and they give them 6 months. And they put them in some supposed treatment facility. And then they release them back, and most of them are repeat offenders. I don't see why they don't just execute these motherfuckers.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? When you're dealing with the churches, you're dealing with the band bodies, or whatever the case may be, especially when you're dealing with the Catholic Church or whatever church, your congregation consists of a few hundred people or a few thousand people. If you have your whole congregation march in that person's house and give them that good old street justice, the whole community is not going to find 200 or 300 people guilty for dealing with one pedophile. Now, when you take something in your own hand as one individual person, see, it's a totally different ball game. Now you got to go to trial, you got to go to jail, and even still, when you have a jury of your peers, right? Let's say, for example, I caught somebody molesting a kid, and I killed them, right? The jury of my peers will come from my community, right? So now you got a community of 12 jurors, and everybody takes the time out to sit back and analyze the evidence. They be like, well, he caught this man in the act. Who in their right mind would find me guilty? It takes for your jury to find you guilty. Your jury could just say, no, he's not guilty, and that means that whoever committed the act of saving a child can go home. But we're so divided in our communities to whereas this is why we have to go through what we go through. This is why we have to actually go to their system and beg them for help. Because if we do it ourselves, we got to go to jail.
Right.
In our community, we don't stand for shit. I mean, the reality of it is when you sit back and you really analyze it, it's like having a mother. She knows her boyfriend is molesting her daughter. Do she really want that secret to come out? Even if it's years later. Now, she found out, well, where was you all this time when your child was being molested by your own boyfriend?